Hello, welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Carvers.
Yes, when we are waking up the masses, just one cup at a time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking crazy right now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been to the barber, so, I mean, bear with me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got a stylist or makeup artist, you know, like my wife, but
it's been a long week, guys.
Yeah. And, hey, we apologize for not having continuous content. We're going to be working on that. We were just trying to fix some bugs and get everything up to par so we can keep giving y'all some daily, content and keep the show rolling. So we will be doing some frequent shows. It's just we hit a snag about a week ago. So yeah, but we back and we got some stories here for y'all. So here we go, Coffee with the Carvers. And
let me say, first of all, it has been a long week. Yeah. We are only at Wednesday, and it already feel like it's been 2 weeks running the first 3 days. Lots of appointments, different things going on, a lot of stuff going on here in South Bend. We're going to come to y'all with some local news stories that we found. We've been watching them pretty closely. And we'll start off with some of that.
Breaking news this morning out of South Bend. A 16-year-old boy has died and an 18-year-old injured after a double shooting on the city's northwest side.
The shooting's now been handed over to St. Joseph County Metro Homicide.
Investigators were at the scene for nearly 8 hours collecting evidence.
The shooting happened near Fosnot and Brookfield after 7:30 Sunday night. ABC 57's Jolynn Bruni's been at the scene all night long working to gather more information for us. Jolynn?
Well, Metro Homicide has since left the scene. You can see that police tape still surrounds that home behind me, but officials have not released the names of the victims, but family do tell us that one victim, 16-year-old, was the victim who was killed, A.J. Walker, and officials say the 18-year-old was treated at Memorial Hospital and released. Now, according to police, the call came in just after 7:30 Sunday night. ShotSpotter detected 9 rounds. Investigators say the boys were trying to walk into a house on Brookfield Street as shots were fired. Witnesses have been interviewed, but no arrests have been made.
South Bend, I think we're going to need a second ambulance here. Got another person here. So we have a K9. Supposedly, suspect ran from behind this house.
Now, an autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow in Fort Wayne. Of course, this investigation is very much ongoing, and if you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers or the Metro Homicide Unit. I'm live in South Bend. Jolynn Bruni.
And this is where I get angry about, because it's going to also tie into the black on black crime that goes on in our neighborhoods. They're going to say, oh, it was the black on black crime in the black community. And we have to hear about that. And then you got old heads like, yeah, them kids is crazy. I'm sick and tired of them crazy ass kids shooting and killing one another. Man, I'm tired of it too. Yeah. And I'm tired of people not saying what's going on. Or if anybody knows something, say something. This is our neighborhood, y'all. Only thing the police gonna do is collect the body and write a report. They'll say, oh, the investigations are undergo, but you won't even know. They gonna throw this shit out and on to the next case. I've seen it done so many times. I've seen it done too many times.
As a parent, you go through every emotion. I can tell you, we've been through the angry emotion. I've cried for parents I've never met before just watching the news. Some people will say, well, don't watch the news. You don't want to see that. Yeah, I want to know everything that's happening around me. My kids are walking around, driving around, and living and working and moving in, an environment. It's not even structured to where you live. you know, and just in our neighborhood, it's all over. It was a shooting where 13 bullets down the street the other day.
Oh yeah, right down the street from.
I didn't know if I was gonna have to wake the kids up. They all dozed off watching movies in the living room, and next thing you know, I just hear it, and it's coming, and it's getting closer, and I'm fearing for my kids, you know, right in my home. So it's, as a parent, you go through every emotion. As a human, you go through every emotion. You're angry, you're mad, you're sad, you're crying, you know, for these parents that don't have any answers. You know, and no one's talking, no one's saying anything. You know, everybody like, well, we ain't no snitch, we ain't gonna talk, we ain't gonna say nothing, that's my boy, I'm right now. Someone's dead. Forever. Man. You know, that is so serious. It's like they possessed and they don't care. You know, it's hard. You go through every emotion. You do. Like my husband, he got angry. Earlier this week, he was probably sad. You know, because he's watching these young black men come up right where he came up. And he maneuvered and he did and he, you know, he stayed out of trouble. You know. And still, it's like death is hunting these young boys. It's almost like you don't have to be in the middle of no drama. You don't have to be the one that's not in the house doing your homework. You don't have to be at a dance. You don't have to be at a club. You can be walking into your house. You know, and it's crazy. I mean, I don't even know where to start. It's sad. It's sad, and it's every day. I'm going to talk about another. A 24-year-old girl was shot last night in the chest, in critical condition right now. Started over an argument. There's no information on that. We know they made an arrest in a car of a couple people that they think connected. But there's no positive connection because it's just facts floating out there or just information floating out there that is not factual. We don't know. It's not all connected. But that 24-year-old young girl is struggling for her life. You know, my heart weeps for her parents because, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? This is around the area we live in. It's not far away. We had another story in Berrien County. That's Benton Harbor, Michigan, where my husband was born and from. Excuse me. Husband, black, young man in the military, taking care of his wife. And his wife has an affair, and her and her boyfriend decided to kill this young black man. Because they thought they was going to get all his money and get all his death benefits from the military. 3 young black people's lives destroyed. One that's murdered, dead, parents at a loss. And the other 2 in prison, probably for the rest of their life. And they plotted to take this young black man's life that was fighting for our military. That's crazy. You know, you just come up with a plan and say, well, we're going to take him out because we're going to get this money. It's 3 black people's lives just destroyed. And they wonder why the media talking about us. We got so many more issues to fight for, y'all, together. Together. You know, how are we going to be a strong force to stand against anyone when we can't stand side by side without killing each other? For absolutely no reason sometimes. For maybe a reason that you think is okay, but I bet when you're sitting in a cell, or I bet when your life is destroyed, it ain't no reason. We got to get better as a people. We got to get better. And so you want to go into some other issues? Those are just in local news.
Yeah, this is just what's going on here, and for those who do live here, you know, and those who are affected by it, we are too. And we send our condolences out to the family, and we're going to try to figure out what's going on around here. I mean, because I can't deal with another death of somebody and then whoever's doing it. Bro, whoever's doing it, man, y'all need to stop.
The cosmic
man.
debt that they gotta pay. See, the person that did it,
That's it.
I don't worry about them because life will pull them up. Life will do whatever they gotta do to them. You see what I'm saying? I worry about the survivors that have that grief, that have that guilt, that have that, their mothers that won't be sleeping and, missing their child. Because the cosmic debt, the people that's doing this, they got to pay. I mean, you hard, you doing this, you doing that. You don't care about no prison time, apparently, and this, that, and the third. But, life got a way of coming back to kick you in the ass. So those people, let them get whatever is coming to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just to the point where is it going to stop? You know what I'm saying? Where is it going to stop? It's no longer young men. It's young women. It ain't even no color barrier on who they killing. They just killing. They just killing. They just shooting. In houses with babies. They don't care. We got to get better. I don't know how we supposed to be a standing force, lock arms, unite, and stand up against the things that's happening to us when everybody pointing the finger like, y'all doing it, y'all doing it. And you know what? A lot of times we are. We got to get better as a people. I need y'all to leave your questions down low, let us know what's going on. You want to join in on the conversation. You angry, you sad, you upset, you mad, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. We want you to leave your comments down below and we'll discuss this issue again. Remember, on Coffee with the Carver, any issue can be revisited. Yeah. And they will likely be revisited. We will add on to the stories and come back with some recaps because we raising kids out here.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
And we got too many being taken from their parents, and it hurts.
Yeah.
We feel the same pain because it could be either one of my kids.
Don't wait till it hit home. Don't wait till it's your nephew. Don't wait till it's your niece. Don't wait till it's your best friend's child. Don't wait till it's your neighbor. Right. Don't wait till the shooting next door.
You see what it is we can do all this other stuff, but we have to take care of our own first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? We got to take care of our own first. When all this other stuff is going on out there and everybody's talking about, police brutality and all that, yeah, that's still happening. That's going to always happen. But we need to start rallying and we need to start going hard at these people that's taking our kids from us. These cats out here with no heart, shooting the kids down because they ain't got no heart. That's what we need to be focused on, because this is our neighborhood, y'all. This is where we live. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, no, I'm moving out of here because I ain't finna be trapped up in here. Man, bye, man. And they like, we can't go nowhere neither. But I mean, we can move anywhere.
You can move anywhere.
Like I said, everywhere you go, it's going to be a hood. And it's going to be a shooting. But it's got to be up to the people in that neighborhood to make sure that these kids are safe out here.
I say this, we got enough attacking our kids. Even if you raise a respectful kid. Yeah. Even if you raise a kid that is not going to be disorderly and conducting themselves or conducting themselves in a crazy way.
None, too.
Even if you got a respectful kid that ain't going to buck, and that's going to try their best to make it home because they know they could just be trying to make it home. And something can happen. So even if you raising a good kid, they can still be murdered by the police or somebody else. And it ain't no information. Didn't nobody see anything. We don't know what happened. You know, it's getting to the point where it's closing in. But don't wait until it's your family. You know. It's a code we got where, oh, we don't talk, we don't say nothing, we don't. Well, that's how a lot of these murders are unsolved. A person seen it, a person know. You know what I'm saying? But they terrified somebody gonna say something, somebody gonna come back on them. Legally arm yourself and dare a motherfucker to come at you then. I mean, it's a way to do it. You know? And I'm not talking about the illegal guns on the street. I'm talking about going to get you a license, applying and paying, fingerprint, doing all of that. Getting you a license. So you can be able to better yet protect yourself and protect your kids. It's to the point where my oldest daughter is 20. I'm terrified for her and her 19-year-old sister to go anywhere. Because they can be respectful. They can be right. They can be in order. They can be standing there. And it could be a death sentence.
Yeah.
Just for standing there. Just for going to the corner store. Just for being with your friends and laughing and joking. Pow, it's over. You know. We got to get better as a people. I don't know. Like they said, in, 5 or 10 years, black people are going to be so massive in the count of how many black people. But I don't know. Because if the police ain't killing us, we killing us. Man. As fast as these young ladies can have these babies, they killing them. You know, it ain't just teenagers. It's a war on black men and black babies. And black...
If not, they killing them, they locking them up.
Locking them up, killing them. When I say we got to get better, we got to get better. Man. And that also brings us into our next subject. You know, we were wanting to discuss colorism. It's funny that I say that, and that light got me looking gray and real, real bright right now. But just talking about our next issue of colorism. We know, you know, the artist Spice that came out with her video, you know, and it was controversial because everybody was like, oh my God, she dyeing her skin, this, that, and the third. And really, it was to give a message. It wasn't that she was dyeing her skin. She was giving y'all a message. Yeah. You know.
She's a Jamaican artist, Spice, and she...
the message here
Black people and hypocrisy, yeah. It's a nice song, and it serves a message. But this stuff been going on for years. I mean, it's been going on for centuries. Well, not really. Yeah, for decades.
Yeah, they call
it decades, centuries.
Yeah. I mean, you can go back to the paper bag test. You can go back to the what you want to say, the house nigga and the field nigga. You can go back to, you know,
that's where it stemmed from.
This was perpetuated into our community. You know,
the program.
It was programmed into our head, you know, and I see it as a black woman. I mean, he's seen it. My children seen it. You know, we see it daily. It is a daily struggle amongst our own community. And when you really look it up on the internet and you go to do your research, they keep saying that it is more, it's perpetuated more between light-skinned black women and dark-skinned black women, but it's in the men. It's in the gay community. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen it. See, I grew up in a family where all the girls are a different color. We come from the same parents, but we're a different color. I have one sister that you wouldn't know she was black unless you talked to her. You know, you would think she was a different color. My mother, very yellow or how they say red bone black woman. You know, I have sisters that are a shade darker than me, and even 2 shades darker than me. They chocolate, you know, but we grew up in a home where our diversity was right at our table. So it never was a thing to us. But when you get out in this world, oh my God, women can hate each other over it. And it's so crazy because the same melanin is in us.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes men my color or darker wouldn't even want a sister darker. You know what I'm saying? I don't like black girls. I like, you know, light-skinned girls, or, you know what I'm saying? And I've experienced that because there was a lot of brothers that I knew that was like, I don't like dark-skinned girls, man. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, what are you know, talking about? And then I got accused of it. You know what I mean? You don't date no dark-skinned girls. I've dated dark-skinned girls. And it was like, well, your wife is. And I'm like, well, my wife is.
They thought your wife was white.
Yeah. Well, and I'm like, no, that was an attraction. Okay, it has to be an attraction there. You know what I'm saying? I dated them from every color of the black spectrum. But I ended up with this woman here because I loved her. It wasn't that, no, she's black, she this, that. No, that's not the case. But I've seen brothers that said that Kodak Black was saying that he didn't like dark-skinned girls. He don't like girls his color.
We've had people in our family.
Yeah.
And thank God those kids have changed their mind. And I heard them say it out loud.
Or you had kids who didn't like their color.
Yes. Okay.
So
those 2 kids. Okay, it's some kids in our family. We're not going to mention no names. They know who they are. But they did wake up. They did. I must say they did wake up, because when they were young teenagers, they said in front of us, which about blew me back, and said how dark they was and how melanated their skin was. They would never have a baby by a dark-skinned black woman or dark-skinned black man because they didn't want their baby to be black like them. I'm the first person to say it in my house, and you could ask my kids, black mama, black daddy, black grandma, black grandpa, I'm black, I might wear all black, I might drive a black car, get a black dog, to bite a black nigga ass. Okay? So, they didn't even like their own skin enough that they purposely wanted to mate with somebody in a light skin spectrum or even Caucasian spectrum. So, they beautiful chocolate melanated skin, they would not reproduce that. They didn't want their lineage to be the color they was. But you hear it in black homes. Moms say it to their kids all the time, with your black ass. And his black ass said this, and her black ass said that. Quit putting black at the beginning of everything. It's making these kids feel some kind of way.
You have the star children, you know. And you be like, you treat these certain kids a certain way, and then you treat these kids a certain way.
It happened to you.
It was, you know what I'm saying? It's complex, because it was not really complex, but it happened because, you know what I'm saying? Well, these kids are lighter, and then these kids are dark, so y'all go over here. Or y'all stay downstairs in the basement and play, or y'all stay outside and play, and these kids in the house in the cool air watching cartoons, and it's like, we want to come in the house too, and it's like, no, you can't come in the house, because, you know, not up under the watch of my mother, because my mother didn't play that. It's when you send your kids off to certain people and let certain people watch kids, and then you got, you know what I'm saying? People
it happens between our daughters, because we have.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, we have 3 daughters. Yeah. The oldest is in between our color. Our middle baby, she may be a shade lighter than me. And our young baby, she chocolate like her daddy. Beautiful chocolate. So it's many people at their school that would say, would explain one of them and say, yeah, she's short and she dark-skinned. But you know the other sister, she tall and she light-skinned. Now both of them wear the same makeup I wear. So how can they be two separate colors? Just because one of their shade is just a little tiny different. They would approach the one that was just a little lighter, but wouldn't talk to the one that was a little darker, which was the nicest one. Cause the one that's just a little bit lighter, she a little, cutthroat. So they didn't even give my dark-skinned daughter a chance to even talk to her because she was dark-skinned. And that's how they explain. Oh, she dark-skinned. And notice when you explain a black person to anyone, the first thing you say is the color of their skin. Oh, Kathy down the street, she yellow, red bone. Like, the explanation of her color gonna lead you to find her faster. We gotta quit doing that because it's doing stuff in between our kids. You got kids that don't want to look in the mirror. They want to mate with different colors just to make a different color. I could never have a baby that's melanated and not tell them how beautiful they are and how beautiful their skin is and how unique their skin is.
Yeah. Or some that don't like their hair because it's kinky. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they say her with the good hair, the red bone with the good hair, or the red bone, she got that nappy hair, or the chocolate girl, she bald-headed. We got to quit saying that. We got to get better. We got to get better. We got to get better at not disliking the person sitting next to us because they skin different and we don't know where they come from. You might be missing a beautiful opportunity to meet someone that enhances your culture, teaches you something different, teaches you where they come from. It's to the point where we don't even know each other because her skin different, his skin different. So what?
Yeah. I was also, back in the day, I was also talked about because of my black skin, what I'm saying? My brother was...
yellow.
He was yellow, what I'm saying? He was light-skinned, but, they were like, well, he looked better than you. And I was like, well, he cute and you ugly. And I'm like, why? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. But people would play on that, you know what I'm saying? And, I got the JB, and, I was called JB, Jet Black, Gorilla. I got the Gorilla a lot, you know what I'm saying? It was, from Gorilla, JB Black, Ink Spot, you know what I'm saying?
Black
Charcoal, Black, Black Ass, Charcoal. I said that again, yeah. I said that, Crispy,
But
you know
I
what I'm
call it
saying?
chocolate.
So you know what I'm saying? I got the ridicule from the girls and the boys. You know what I'm saying? Who's ribbing each other. You know what I'm saying?
He even asked me when we
But
got together.
the crazy thing is about that, I never let that get me. You know what I'm saying? It got a lot of people who was talked about like that, and they really took them to a place to where they didn't feel secure about themselves, to where they didn't like themselves, you know what I'm saying? Or it got to the point where they ended up with another race because they didn't feel like they were, pretty enough or handsome enough or acceptable enough by their own race where they'll go to another race. Now we don't, give a damn if you go elsewhere because that's a whole nother topic. But then you end up doing that because you like, man, I don't want to bring no other person in here to look like me. So where somebody got to go through where I went through and, talk about how nappy my hair is, how dusty I look, and all this other stuff. No. I'll tell my daughters, I'll tell my kids, man, y'all are beautiful. And if anybody else tells you differently, they're a goddamn lie. Because I'm not finna sit up here and have the world condemn my kids. And I'm sitting up here, you black ass, sit your ass on, you're black, you're this, you're that.
Why we can't say with your beautiful black ass?
We're not finna
just that
one
word.
That. We're not even finna do that. I'm not finna do that.
But what I'm saying is, the people that do say that, already. Why we can't say with your beautiful black ass? Just that one word in front of that black makes it different. Beautiful black. Boy, you know what I'm saying?
In the contents of anger, I don't think nobody want to say that. They'll be like, sit your black ass down.
Exactly. You've heard it time and time and time
so
and time
I don't
again.
think nobody's going to be like, sit your beautiful black ass down. So
and guess what? But as a people, we got to change what we are doing. Man. What we are doing. Okay, prime example. My mom grew up in a home where they cussed at you, called you all out your name and everything, called you every damn thing you wanted to be called.
Oh, man.
Called you everything. Even who ain't been in their house and heard, bitch. You see what I'm saying? Called them all that. My husband can tell you, I've never called my daughters out of their name. You don't have to continue what you learn. You don't. Guess what? That made me feel so bad, but that was a conditioning that was passed down from generation to generation to generation. I had to learn how to mother differently. I couldn't say with your black ass because I know what that felt like. You see what I'm saying? So we got to learn to do different. Yeah, you angry. Yeah, you angry. But this the thing, I don't give a damn how mad my kids make me. I'm not going to carry that generational thing over and over and over. If I'm trying to break it with me, if I'm trying to do better with me, if I'm trying to ask people to do better, I got to do better first.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Add beautiful on the beginning of that. I know most black people want to say, with your black ass. But what if you put beautiful black ass? It would change the whole context of that word. That child would have to be like, she angry, but I'm a beautiful black ass. This black is beautiful. We don't teach them that.
I don't think that's going to fly with parents being angry.
I don't give a damn. You got, if you knew better, you do better.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. I understand that, but you know, anger, I don't think compliments.
And let's be real. I've cussed in my house. I've cussed in my daughters that made me angry enough that I wanted to say everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you knew better, you'll do better.
That's true.
And guess what? I remember being that teenage girl and feeling inadequate and insecure because my mother learned a way, and I said I wasn't going to do that. Guess what? I could have did that.
Your mother learned a way of what?
My mother learned to call you out your name when she was mad as hell and tell you with your black ass. I heard get with your flat black ass, with your ugly black ass, with your stupid black ass. You ain't never put beautiful in the front of that to tell that kid not that they black is beautiful. This is why we're suffering from colorism right now. Because with your black ass, how that sounds condemning. That sounds like your black is bad. You see what I'm saying? If you knew better,
you know there was a Dow test where all the kids said the white Dow was good and the black Dow was bad and ugly, and you know what I'm saying? And they still doing these tests to this day.
To this day.
And they still saying that the black baby is the bad baby and the ugly baby.
With your bad black ass.
Because that's what's implemented to these kids when they are being just rambunctious.
Try beating that in your kid head with your bad black ass.
Not to get off topic or anything, but when you have children, and I understand this, let me make this real clear. When you have children, men, check this out, man. I don't mean to get off topic of the colorism thing, but this has just hit me.
Man, it's coffee with the Carvers. We flow how we flow.
Men, right. Men. I don't care what the ordeal is with your baby mama. You got babies? Get them. Spend time with them. You can't sit up here and say, oh, my baby bad, man, she bad. That's what the problem is. We always say that our kids are bad. Oh, they bad, they bad, they bad. No, your kid is not bad. Your kid is curious. Your kid is adventurous. So if he's walking and he's getting into everything or she's getting into everything, that means take them out of the house and let them see some shit.
Explore.
Explore with them. I got kids who ain't never been to a park. Oh, maybe because they randomly shooting, but there's good parks out there you can take your kids to. Take them out. Let them run. Don't be sitting up here talking about they bad. They climbing all over my furniture. They doing this. They doing that. If you see your kids climbing on your furniture and all that other stuff, don't whoop their ass and tell them they bad. They trying to climb some damn monkey bars. They need to go climb some monkey bars or get on some swings or something. Take them to a park and just let them run. If you do that, get you some books or your phone. Get some older kids that you know what I'm saying, you can run with them. Or hell, you put the damn phone down and run with your kids. Run after them. Find out what they're into. Because once you do that, and you run them and you get them and you spend time with them, you expand in their mind to some new shit that they ain't never experienced before, instead of sitting in front of a damn TV telling them to sit still or giving them a phone and let them fuck around on the damn phone all day. Get these kids some adventure out there. Get them go somewhere to a park and just let them run. Run that energy out. You give them a phone and let them play on the damn phone, they going to still be climbing on your damn furniture. They just going to have their phone in your hand.
Yeah, people thought we were
had their phone in their hand because
our kids didn't sit on games and electronics all day.
I tried gaming. It didn't work. Okay, it didn't work for me. I sold my PlayStation. I sold my Dreamcast. So that shows you how old it was since I had a game. It was when the Dreamcast was out. And I ain't had nothing since then. But I kept my girls at a park every day. When I knew they was up and running and they couldn't say, oh, come on, y'all, let's get in this car, let's go. I didn't care I don't care if it was our neighborhood park, or I took them out to a park out here at King's Kingdom, or it was anywhere, or LaSalle Park. All, you know what I'm saying? I would take them to every damn park in the South Bend, Mishawaka area.
Sometimes three in a day.
Hey, sometimes 3 in a day.
Yeah.
And by the time I got the ass home, it was supper or dinner, bath, and bed. And them monks was knocked out.
But they wanted to go explore and they wanted to go walk, and you opened their mind up, so they kept wanting to do it.
The crazy thing is, you got to also have that energy. You got to expand instead of sitting at the table, at the round table, talking about what the fuck he done did or what the fuck she done did. Spend time with that child. Get her mind open. Get his mind open. Of seeing some shit. Of seeing something other than the damn flat screen and Paw Patrol. That shit come on 24 hours a day. If you don't see it today, you'll see it tomorrow. You'll see it later on tonight, because it's 24 hours. Let them see some greenery. Let them see something other than the 4 walls of the crib. I got a lot of kids, man. They don't want to go. They prone to the phone. I be like, don't you want to go to a park? They be like, no. And I'm like, you are 4 years old, but yet they climbing on my couch, jumping from post to post.
Take the tablet,
I'm like, hold up,
them outside.
Talking about, it's Fortnite. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm like, well, you're not in the game. You're on my damn couch. Sit your ass down. Give me the phone. Let's go outside. It's a whole cherry tree. Yeah, I got apples and shit outside. You go and climb that tree. Climb the goddamn tree. let's get some bumps and bruises on y'all little soft asses or something. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Let's get out there and get with our kids, man. Because once you do that, you're molding them. You're molding them into something other than just social media zombies. Because that's what they turn into. Yeah, we're on social media too. But hell, we was around when the shit began, so.
But we actually went to our
We actually
friend's
had
house.
some, yeah, we actually had.
We actually went to the
We
park.
actually got out and actually socialized. It's just now, hey,
Well,
we
let
can
me
do
say
it through. We can do it through
Every-
this.
Let
So,
me say, every weekend, my dad is famous for this.
Mm-hmm.
Every weekend, even when I was sick, even when I was tired, even when I didn't feel like, he would wake us up, rip the cover off, get up, take a shower. He cook a huge breakfast. Because you going outside to get some sun. My dad talked about the sun like it was life. And you know what? It is life. It gives you life.
Shoot,
He
man.
talked about the sun. You got to get outside and get some sun. You know how many times I heard that? So many days I wanted to kick the
That
sun's
was
ass.
like-
Because he will always want us outside getting some sun. Get some air. Get some sun. It'll make you feel better. It'll make your skin brighter.
That was horrible when you couldn't go outside. That was torture.
We got forced outside. But when you couldn't
That
go
was
outside, that was the torture.
That was torture for me. If I couldn't go outside, my mom told me I couldn't take my ass outside. Man, oh man,
Now
it was over
kids think
because
it's torture to kick them outside.
Because I'm looking out my window, the block is hot. Everybody out there on the block. And y'all know where we was from. Shoot, I mean, you talking about kids. You had packs of kids walking down False Nut, meeting up on Brookfield, meeting up on Kenwood, Linden, Smith Street, Huey, O'Brien. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out on Linden Street. I mean, we was out in droves. And then when you see that whole drove come down your street and people yelling and screaming and laughing and shit, your ass in your room like this, looking out the window.
It's torture.
Torture, man.
It's torture.
And then they want to hang out on your block. And you know what I'm saying? Hang out on the corner there, laughing, giggling, and cracking jokes. And your ass in the house like, man, what y'all doing? Yelling out the window. And they laughing at you because you in the house, because you in trouble. Man, that used to be torturous for me, man, because I was social, man. I had to be out there.
Now our kids feel like we torturing them and we make them go
Exactly.
outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, no way.
We gotta go outside. We gotta put the phones down.
Man, yeah, go get something. Go walk the neighborhood, man. Go see what the north side like. Go see. Man, at 16 and 17, Transpo was my best friend. Because I took the Transpo to the south side, southeast
Public
side.
transportation, we was
Lakeside.
rolling.
Shoot, I'll walk to the lake because the lake wasn't, you know what I'm saying? These are little parts and areas in
We
South
went
Bend.
to the mall every
You know what I'm saying?
weekend.
I walked to the lake. The lake wasn't nothing but over the tracks. You know what I'm saying? I hung up. I stayed on the north
But
side.
we got
so-
out. We moved around.
And we got out. You know what I'm saying? I was on the southeast side hanging with some friends over there. South side. You know what I'm saying? It was, and then everybody would meet up at one mall. And we would be all out, and we was being social. I think we had more responsibility when we was teenagers because we could go out without our parents. You would have an occasional fight. Don't get me wrong, we did do that. But it was a fight. You know what I'm saying?
You made it back home.
You made it back home.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have a couple of lumps and bruises on your ass, but you know what I'm saying? You made it back home.
So,
But you know what I'm saying? It's
I guess how I sum it up
Gotta
is
get it
all the
out.
things
Yeah.
that we do affect our kids.
Yeah.
We have young kids getting murdered out here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need to pull together. We have people out here that don't like each other. They all black. They just a different color black.
We'll work on that.
We gotta get better. You know, we have, you know, like he said, get these kids out the house. Kids, let's say this, kids love consistency.
Yeah.
Okay?
Quit worrying about what baby mama doing. Quit worrying about what baby daddy doing.
Let me say this. Kids love consistency. And one thing my dad taught me is kids love consistency. That means whatever you consistently doing, they will mimic. So my husband consistently took them to the park. He always took them to the park. He always took them out walking, exploring, looking at things, walking through the neighborhood he grew up in. All that resonated with them. All that they loved it. They would ask to do it again and again and again, you know. And so whatever you consistently do in front of them, they will mimic. So if you get out and get you some air. Hey, I know this. I can say this. When they was doing all this park, they'd be like, Mom, come to the park with me. Now listen, I go watch them twirl around the park. My husband would be active out there climbing stuff and catching them. I get my book. I get my newspaper, you know, and I sit in that park and I watch them do their flips and Mama, look what I'm doing. And I read and I catch up on my reading and sit outside in the air. So it's something for everybody. It don't cost nothing, so you can't say, well, every time I had these kids, it cost me $1 million. Most of our trips out with our kids, because we were a young family, excuse me, we were not financially over the mark. So we had to find things to do with them that were inexpensive. Parking it, packing a lunch, and walking a couple of snacks, a quick stop for Slurpees and some little chips and goodies, and we gone. You know, and they had another park. I remember when we moved to Indianapolis, you took them to 2-3 parks. I mean, the first week he got home and came from South Bend and finally got home to the new house, he took the kids, and when he pulled up, every parent that was sitting around the round table was like, hey, go with Uncle M, get in the van, go to the park. When we moved to Indianapolis, some of these kids had never been to a park. Mm-hmm. And all I can think is, what is you doing? I've been here a week, and we going out in the parks and climbing things and taking our park trips. How your kid ain't never seen a park where they live? And my car ain't going to always pull off with all these kids. So y'all got to get up from the round table.
9 times out of 10 they did, though.
And we going to the park. But
it was Uncle Am.
But Uncle Am, cool ass Uncle Am, going to pile the kids up and let them run around the park.
Yeah.
You know.
Until social media came, and then
now they all won't go to the park.
Yeah, Uncle Am ain't so cool no more. Be like, want to go to the park? No, I'm taking selfies. Snapchat.
Yeah. With everybody's tongue hanging out. Yeah. Let's just say, that's coming on my rant time. I'm so sick of everybody's tongue hanging out.
Like, you know,
I don't ever remember being young, and let me say this, and taking a picture with my whole damn tongue sticking out.
I'm on the gram too, so.
Hold on. With somebody looking in the back of my throat, I know that's a new thing, a kid thing, all of this insinuate to me is, you know, all of this insinuate to me. Probably the same thing as insinuate with all these girls' tongues sticking out. And these men looking at their tongue. You know, it puts it in their mind, what can you do with that tongue? So, like I told my kids, I'm your mother, I'm grown, yes, I'm not young, but how would you like every other picture I take my tongue sticking out? My butt poked out.
Oh. You don't poke your butt out?
Hey. Like I told the kids, what if we start doing the stuff you doing?
I like that.
You know? How stupid would I look?
Poke your butt out, man. Don't mind. Oh, you mean on the picture? I thought you was talking about right now. Like, go ahead and do that.
Boy, I mean, that's just for you. That's just for you.
We're filming, but no.
Yes, we're filming. So don't be poking nothing out right now. We're going to get in trouble. But like I said, that's coming to my rant time. I'm sick of all these tongues sticking out. I know the kids gonna get mad. I don't care if you put good or bad comments down there. I'm sick of that. As old as I am, I don't remember no time where it was cool as hell to let somebody see the back of your throat in the picture. I ain't never got it. In every other picture, they take 5 beautiful pictures and the 6th got the tongue sticking out. I just don't understand. But I mean, Like I said, you can leave your comments below, leave your questions below, like, comment, share, subscribe. We got a lot of shout outs to do. We're going to do them on our next show because I know a lot of people said, hey, shout me out. We got some entertainment coming at the end of our shows because we definitely would like to big up our local talent. Our daughter Ray Unique. We go post her link below of her new song. Ain't Thinking About You.
Yeah. Yep.
And I love it. She wrote it word for word. She's a songwriter. Both of our daughters is. A lot of that stuff will be coming. We're going to be premiering some new products because I did find a local designer that is my daughter's best friend, and I would like, but once I get her permission, to advertise her. She is a up and coming. Hey, she's doing a lot of things. Some lip glosses, some shadows. She has new clothes coming out. I'm definitely going to be rocking her clothes and supporting these young women. They are trying to become entrepreneurs at 18, 19, 20, and I'm loving it. To own your own business before you're 25, and that's what's in their head.
Hey, that's dope.
And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm like, let that tree grow. Please let that tree grow.